Well, hello, and welcome to The Good News Is. This is a new show brought to you by your host. I'm Barbara Johnson. And my show is about good news because we hear a lot of bad news all the time. But do you not know that there are heroes and sheroes right around the corner from you? So it is my job to give you the exposure to everybody that I meet to bring you some good news to your world. We hope and trust you will enjoy this program on today. Listen, you can tell somebody about it. We'll be glad that you did. And today, for my guest, I have Miss Letia Wyatt, and she is from the beautiful city Atlanta, and we know that's out of Georgia. Hello, Letia. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm wonderful, wonderful. It is so good to have you on my show.
I'm
Looking
so
out
happy to be
beautiful.
here.
Oh, well, you're very welcome. And so we know that good things are happening all around, Latia. But I understand that you have some beautiful news that we can share with our audience about some of the things that you do. All
Yeah.
right. And so, first of all, tell us, what do you do? What is your main, uh, uh, I say, objective you have in life?
So as of right now, I am a children's book author. So I have two books, and they're called Carly Ray and Crew, which is a series. So I have Carly Ray and Crew, First Day of School, which is the first book that I put out.
Okay,
And then
Carly Ray,
yeah,
that caught my attention. And you said it's your first book.
uh-huh.
Okay,
Mhm.
all right, and just don't give us the whole spiel on it because I know you want to sell your book.
Right.
But tell us about what your book is about.
Short and sweet. It's about a 6-year-old kindergartner who starts school for the first day, and everybody gets to see about it. And she is an African American little girl.
Mhm. So that
Hmm.
will encourage other little children on their first day of school.
Right,
Something that can
right.
help them along the way. You know, that
Hmm.
would have been helpful many years ago, wouldn't it? For someone to
Right, right.
prepare you. Okay.
Hmm.
Yes. All right. And so, and your other book, you say you're on your second book?
So yes, I have the second book in this series, deals with the same character, but it's
Mhm.
called Rainforest Day. And pretty much the little girl Carly, she has a dream about like the lesson for the day, dealing with the rainforest, and she meets a new friend in the rainforest. So that's kind of what that book is about.
And so what age group are you targeting?
I would say pre-K to kindergarten, so anywhere
Okay.
from like third grade or 3 years old. I'm sorry, anywhere from age 3 to about 6 or 7.
Okay. 6 or 7 years old. Um,
Mhm.
and you say it's a coloring book.
So the coloring book is entitled Little Queen. It's an inspirational coloring book. And so with that, that is I basically came up with that by just a poem that I had written, and I turned it into a coloring book.
Oh, that is so ingenious. I tell you, that is awesome. I know that there are a lot of parents out there, I believe, that would love to get that book and tell and hear that
Hmm.
story. And so that's
Hmm.
what I do here on my show. If you got a story to tell, I would tell it. Tell it to me and I'll tell it to others.
Great. I like that.
All right. So what inspired you to write this book? What was the
So
inspiration behind it?
first, I just really like colors. So being that my major in college was mass communication, like print journalism, I've always liked magazines and bright colors. So I kind of gravitated towards that. And I knew that my attention span was a little short. My
Mhm.
attention span was a little short. So I knew going with children's books, I didn't have to think about it as much because I knew either a child would be reading it or a parent would be reading it. So I could kind of have fun. So that's why I chose it.
Okay. Well, I tell you, it sounds great. I know it's going to do well for you. Um, One thing I want to find out was how did you how did you choose your career? Was it being something that happened to you, or and you decided you want to be an author? So how did you choose it?
That's exactly what happened. So um I remember I've always written down anything, so poems, short stories, but after I was laid off from my, I guess, profession, I decided to go ahead and maybe find an illustrator that was affordable to me
Mm-hmm.
and put my book out there. I was like, so during the pandemic, the book came out in August of 2020. And I was like, I'm just going to do this. I'm going to put it out there. If it sells, great. If it doesn't, that's fine too.
Mm-hmm.
But I know I needed to do it for myself rather than just doing it for the proceeds. I wanted to just put it out to prove to myself that, okay, you can actually do this.
Mm-hmm. And that's sort of my inspiration too. I believe in myself. I believe I can do it, and so I'm going to try to do it. And
Right.
so that is great, great. So, what obstacles did you encounter, if any?
So first, when I first tried in about 2019, just finding an affordable illustrator was one, and then just believing in myself was another. So those two were the biggest two. So I set the book down for about a year, and then after the hardships had happened in 2020, I just decided I would do it. So I did a little bit more
Hmm.
research to kind of overcome those obstacles. And then as far as like believing in myself, I was just like, okay, I just have to do it. Like that's the only way I'm going to get over me being shy and get over me, really thinking about what others may think about me. And I honestly felt like God helped me out with that as far as like giving me the talent and the resources and just knowing that I could go to him if I was feeling any type of trouble.
Hmm.
He definitely kind of put it on my heart to put this project out.
So it was a godly inspiration, also.
Mhm, mhm,
Yes, yes. And a lot of things that we do, um, a lot of time is inspired by God.
mhm.
And then there are other things that inspire people too. So that was wonderful. Now I wanted to ask you about this Coco student. Uh,
Okay.
I thought that was so interesting when I saw it. So would you share with us how you came about the Coco student?
Okay. So I'm in school now for my doctorate and I have been since 2019. So hopefully, Lord willing, I will graduate this time next year with that. So on Instagram, which is obviously a form of like social media, I had an Instagram page that was just my own. I ended up having two. And so I said, okay, how can I show other people, my journey in going to school? And I started thinking, I was like, okay, I'm Black, I'm a female, I'm a student of life, like always. And then once I began to work on putting out my book or promoting my book, I changed the name because the Carly Ray in the book is a student. All of my books deal with a classroom in some sort. So I was like, okay, I'll do the Coco student. And that's something that I can kind of grow into its own like business as well.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, and I can see that too because you can use that in a lot of scenarios, uh,
Mm-hmm.
even in like art and in
Mm-hmm.
music. When I
Right.
saw that, I
Right.
thought it was so interesting. Uh,
Mhm.
yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, what do you want us to know about Latia? Um, what do you want your audience to remember and take away from our meeting today from this show?
Oh my gosh. So I would say that um I am a God-fearing, fun-loving young woman who enjoys life and who embraces like new challenges. That's what I would say. That's what I would want you to remember. Like everybody is a student of life. And so with the Coco student, I'm here to help everybody on their journey.
Okay. And I do believe you will do that. And we can tell that you're very dedicated to
Mhm.
your mission. And
Right.
so, encountering, what did your parents think about when you first said you were going to write a book, or who did you tell, if anybody?
Oh, my parents were super excited. I'm originally from Arkansas as well. So my dad was like, "Oh, you have to have a book signing here at the library." And that's exactly what I did. Like Hope,
Really?
Arkansas, we have a Hempstead County library there that was newly renovated. And he drove up there and was like, "Hey, my daughter is this person." He contacted somebody from the newspaper. So I was in the newspaper and all of that. They were very proud of me, very excited, and could not stop telling people the good news,
All
as we
right.
say.
That's what I'm talking about. That is it. This you are listening to, but the good news is show. And I'm Barbara Johnson, my host. I'm the host, and my guest today is Miss Letia Wyatt. And
Mhm.
we're talking about her book or books that she has published and how excited her parents were just to hear that she was writing this book and how her father came to the area. Now, for those of us that are not familiar with Hempstead
Mhm.
County, uh,
Mhm.
can you tell us where that's located, or and also give us your email address where someone may can order your books? So,
Okay.
all right,
Sure. So, Hempstead County, I'll just say like Hope, Arkansas is within Hempstead County, and that's in
okay,
Southwest Arkansas. So it's about an hour and a half from Little Rock and about 30 minutes from Texarkana. So it's in the southwest part of the state of Arkansas. And then
mhm.
my email address, if you want to order a book or if you are looking to write your own children's book, I assist with that. It's the Coco student at gmail.com. So that's TheCocostudent at gmail.com.
So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. You can get this beautiful book or both books from this great author. And also you can encourage your children, let them see what the first day of school is like. And maybe even, like she says, up to 6 years old. And then maybe when they go into first grade,
Mm-hmm.
but the experiences, I think that's
Right.
what this book it will help people with. Is that right,
Mhm.
Latia?
Right. That's correct. Mhm.
Great, great. So you have it. You have our email address, thecocostudent@gmail.com. So I
Mhm.
definitely want you to pick up her book. And can you tell me, Latia, anything else that you like to share with us today?
At this point, I just want people to stay encouraged and believe in themselves and know that you can do it and keep listening to the good news is.
All right, because like I say, we have so much bad news and it hurts our heart sometimes, make you cry sometimes. And so, but the good news is, it is here, you all. I'm here coming after you all to bring you some good news. And not to say you haven't had any, but I'm going to bring you a little more. Is that all right, Latia?
That's all right.
All right. So, for those of you that are listening to this show, I appreciate you so much just for tuning in, just for listening in, and we're going to have other great guests. Oh yeah, it's on now. It is on. I've decided, just like Tia did, I'm going to do it. I believe in myself, and I am out here. I've been working on this program for a while. I am so excited about what is happening. Some of the people I've contacted and people who have returned their contact information to me. I appreciate you. And you can contact me at Johnson, JOHNSON, Barbara, BARBARA, 397 at gmail.com. You want your story told, tell it to me and I'll tell it to others. Good night.